Hello everyone, welcome to this EMA coaching session. I'm very happy today to have this demonstration. Again, to show you how we could use the EMA in coaching and applying it with somebody who just comes up with an objective and wants to work on something. Like for example, Sujata. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
It's the first time that we were seeing each other, besides having talked over the phone and by mail. And it was perfect that way because I prefer that we don't know each other at all and we have not done a coaching session before. So this is the real thing. First time session.
Looking forward to
yes.
it. Yeah.
Sujata, did you have something in mind, something that you wanted to work on today?
I don't know if it's too vague, but finding my own voice would be the thing. I just changed my career. I actually reinvented my career. And there's one thing that I'm struggling with, not exactly sure what it is, but it's always stuck here in my throat. So it's like I have a knot here all the time. Everything is going well. I feel it less and less, but since you're asking me what do I want to work on, this would be the thing, finding exactly what it is that is stuck here in my throat.
Okay. You're talking about a new career and about your voice. So it has to do with a singing career. What is that? No, so conference speaker. What is it exactly?
It's probably that. Like I said, it's finding my own voice. Actually, I worked for 20 years in the communication marketing field. And just about 2 years ago, I decided to devote myself to work-family balance.
Oh, good.
So
good
I'm a consultant in work-family balance. But like in the past 2 years, there's a lot of things that have happened, and it took a lot of time for me to really accept the fact that I could be a coach. It's not that I'm not good. It's not that I'm not changing life. I guess it's the imposter syndrome that I'm still struggling with. So.
So when you're talking about finding your own voice, it's also a metaphor. It's physically,
it's
but
definitely
it's also,
a metaphor.
Okay.
It's just knowing that I'm really good at what I do, accepting it. And well, I've started like 4 months, it's been 4 months since I've been saying that I'm a work-family consultant. And now I can see people are coming to me and everything is starting to be really, really easy for me. It's just that, that thing there, in my throat is still there and it's really annoying.
So you're feeling it physically. It's really there stuck in your throat.
I have trouble eating sometimes.
I don't know if you're aware of it, Sujata. You're seeing that I'm taking notes, right?
Yes.
And I'll explain to you while we're doing it exactly what's happening, so you're aware of everything all the time.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a learning process at the same time for you. So what's happening is when you're talking about being stuck and the nut and the trouble, your eyes go up over there.
Okay.
And of course, this is an unconscious process, so you're not aware of it while you're talking, you know. But it's interesting for you now to really understand what's happening for yourself so you could change it and that you could be autonomous with your own change.
Okay.
Okay, so you could do it yourself. That's what I mean. That's really good. So when you're talking about the trouble and being stuck, your eyes go there. Okay. So if you just could contact that again, just have that feeling of being stuck there. Okay, and if you could talk to me a little bit more about it. Okay, there you go. Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. Now you're aware of it. That's great. Now you're aware of it. It just went up there. Yes. So that's perfect. You're aware of it.
It's funny you're telling me that because I felt it before. And I've noticed it. I felt it, but I've never... I never dug into it. Never. Like I felt it, and then I
and that was it.
Let it go. Do you still want me to talk about it, or was it just
no? Actually, you know what it was. It was for you to really understand where it was moving. So if you could just go back to that place with your eyes and contact that again. You don't have to force it. Just think of the situation again where it's stuck. And you said there's like a nut.
Yes.
Okay, so get in contact with that again, and just, yeah, there you go. You don't have to look at me if you don't want to. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's natural. You know, it's a natural process. Okay, so you realize something's over there. We'll go back to that after.
Okay.
Okay, there you just did it again. You just went to it again.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What would you like exactly? You said finding your own voice.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how do you represent that? How will you know that you have found your own voice?
The word is...
Okay, stop there.
Yes.
Did you see where your eyes went when you started talking about it? They
Yeah.
were like more exactly. Show me with your hands the distance. You would say, how far was it from you when you were contacting
I would
that?
say 10 to 15 meters. I was looking at your plant.
Exactly. Good. Yes. So your eyes naturally went in the direction right away when it was about finding your own voice.
Okay.
Okay, so let's contact that again. The description. How would you describe that, finding your own voice?
It would just be like
Yes.
I'm doing.
Yes, it's
I
natural.
think you're doing it
Yes.
because you're telling me.
You know, but
No,
okay,
okay.
yeah, it just goes there naturally.
Okay. Yeah, I go. I look
Yes,
in the future, I guess, when I
Perfect.
do that. But what I see is simplicity,
yes, simplicity.
authenticity, just feeling good about myself, just being in the now and being natural.
Being in the now. And that's, of course, something you really want.
Yes.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure. You know, in our lives, it's normal. There's many situations we experiment, and sometimes we really go through things we really enjoy, and sometimes not so much. So it's normal that at this point today, there might be a knot, you know, over there somewhere. But also something you really want, which is that simplicity and feeling good and just finding your own voice, which is really something that is important for you today. Especially with understanding that you want to have that balance and be a coach with giving that balance also with family. Okay. Now, what do you believe would be a resource that you would need to be able to be more authentic, feeling much better and having that simplicity towards your voice, finding your voice?
I've been asking that. I think I have everything.
Yes.
It's just to accept it now.
Perfect.
I think I've done so much work in the past year. Now it's just living it,
Yes.
accepting it, and showing up exactly as a work-family balance consultant.
Perfect.
And no, nothing more, just that.
Perfect. So it's really, you've got the resources already.
I think so.
Yeah, and now it's just to accept it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when I asked you the question, the first thing you said is, I don't know, which is normal because consciously, sometimes we just don't know what we need. Or consciously, we have many, many things, as you do. And that's where I was going just before, saying we have all types of experiences in life. And of course, you already had simplicity, authenticity, and feeling good in some aspects of your life, you know, which is obvious. But you want that really oriented to finding your own voice. So you have it already. And your eyes moved very rapidly up again when I asked you the question, ew, but it's okay, there's no good or bad answer, you know. So what it means is that inside of yourself, there was an unconscious resource, something that you could not name because you said, I don't know, but that was somewhere over there. Okay? So we'll go get that one. And you don't necessarily have to name it if nothing comes up. But if something comes up, you could give it a name. And part of it is acceptation, because that's what you said. I just need to accept. Okay? Which is the word that came right after your eyes just went there. So I just want to see and what's going up. Yes.
Love.
Oh, love. Great. That's what it is, eh? That's what it is.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what came up.
Oh, that's great.
You gotta
Yeah.
name it, you know, and I saw love.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, that's perfect. So that means your unconscious mind wanted you to contact that as a resource for you today for finding your own voice and letting go of the knots and letting go of what's being stuck. Okay. And consciously you said also accepting it, which is perfect. So we'll work on both, if it's okay with you.
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with love, which is great. So I'm going to ask you to contact one time of your life, I know there's many, many occasions, but one time that would be the type of love that would be very useful for you today in finding your own voice. Just let it come naturally. A situation, a moment, something where you really got in contact with love.
The easiest
Yes.
is with the children.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So think of a time, a situation with children, with your children.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Where there was something special about love that you could reuse today that would be useful for you for finding your own voice, whatever that is.
It's easy.
Okay, you got one already. Okay, could you talk to me a little bit about it?
Well, it's just a hug, just being with those. I have 3 children,
Yes.
so, but the youngest, like
Yes.
the image that I have, that would be so easy,
Yeah.
easy to get back in my life in a split second.
Yes.
Would be the way he comes to me, like overwhelmed with joy and with love, and he just needs a hug, because he's bursting with love. So this is such a moment where you just stop everything and you just take him and you just hug him, and everything stops around you. So it's just pure love.
What is his name?
Johan.
Johan. Okay. Your eyes were moving in different directions when you were talking about that hug and that wonderful love experience. And it was moving over there and over there.
Okay.
So that means there are like 2 different connections. In the beginning, Sujata, when you talked to me and named love, your eyes were focusing straight. It were not really moving in any directions. So that's how come I was waiting for you to go into the experience. Okay. Let me explain to you what I mean. When your eyes were going straight, you were naming love,
yes,
but you were not contacting the resource that I was seeing before that was there.
Okay.
So what it means is that you named it, but you were not living it.
This is the imposter syndrome. You know, intellectually, you know you're everything that you need to be, but you can't live it.
Yeah.
You can't connect to it. And this is the missing link.
Well, you just changed the missing link.
Okay.
Because right away, I've just waited because I knew that until your eyes were going there, you were not really contacting it.
Okay.
So we take the time for the client to really get into it, you see. And when you started talking about the hug, about your son, about the joy, boom,
it went
right away.
With where I saw the word love.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It
good.
went there right away. Yes, very good. Very good. So you are making the contact. It's there.
Okay.
You know, it's just that when a client tells something, which sometimes it's intellectual, we just have to wait for them to really make the link and the connection so that the resources is there.
Okay.
So actually when your eyes go up there, if you just go back there and think about the hug and your son, bring your eyes over. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Should I stay there?
Yeah, and place it. Where would it be exactly?
Can I turn my head?
Yes, sure. Sure.
Well, it's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is the hug.
Okay.
And there is that love. It really is. And it's strong. Okay.
Is it something that I should do? Let's say I'm going to give a conference.
Yes.
Should I turn my head and look at that space before? Is it
well,
something?
if you need it, it's in connection with finding your voice.
Okay.
So if you do have doubts and one day you say, oh, I'm not too sure, well, love is always good. And it could probably be good for more than just finding, your voice.
Yes.
Because it puts you in a good state. So just before, when you started talking about the knot and about being stuck and there's something in your throat, your eyes were also going there, but not in the same place.
Oh, okay.
So if it's okay with you, I'm going to ask you to go back to that when it feels stuck. Okay, so there you go. There was something
I'm trying to feel it again. Yeah, because it was less there. In the past couple minutes, it was less.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a proof that I was a good resource. So just go back to that and follow your eyes on that side and just find the space where it would be stuck. Yeah, exactly. Naturally, it's going in that direction.
Not easy, that one.
No, that's okay. Just let your natural state go. You could move your... Yeah, that's perfect. You're getting there. Just move your head if you need to, it's fine. And think about being stuck and about what's happening there.
Actually,
There,
it's
you got
not
it.
that
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, but could it be a bit this
Yes?
is weird. Okay,
Yeah.
could it be a bit higher than
Yes.
love? Because somehow I showed love there,
Yeah.
and now I'm going there.
Exactly.
It's close,
It's
but
close, but it's not at the same level. And is it the same distance, or one is closer to you and the other one is further? Could you check that?
somehow love
Yes?
would be closer.
Okay, perfect. So love is over there,
Yeah.
and it's a bit closer. And then that thing there that you don't want anymore, being stuck, is a bit higher and a bit further.
But when I said it
Yes.
first, if I go back to that memory, I felt it was more like behind me.
Perfect.
So whatever I turn my head, I'm saying it's there. But when I felt it initially, I can't say that I would have seen it there. It was like behind me.
I'm very happy that you say that. A lot of people that will experience the EMA with clients will hear their clients say something like that.
Okay.
Which means that there's something that you feel and that you perceive, which is over there, related to that, and there's something that we could see from externally that is more oriented there. So that means there's a connection between the two. Okay, so let's take what is there behind you. Okay, you know exactly where it is. You just showed it with your hand.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
right
guess.
there.
Is it far? Is it? I'm not sure it's far, but yeah, I felt it.
You felt
like
it, yes,
there.
exactly there. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So there's something there that is connected with what is over there.
Okay.
Okay, so if you could just link the two. Yeah, with your eyes. Bring your eyes over there.
Okay.
and just connect the two together. Okay, that's it. As many times as you wish. And you could just tell me whatever is happening while you're doing that.
I'm trying to overanalyze.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So there's
I don't know.
something mental happening there. Okay, now, remember where love is?
Yes.
And there's a big hug there?
Yeah, always.
Okay. So what would happen now if you bring your eyes back to where the love is and connect it again with the place? Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Move from one to the other. Right, that's it. You're doing it.
There's a bridge.
There's a bridge. Yeah, weird, eh?
I can even describe it. That's weird.
Describe the bridge.
Well,
Describe
it's
it.
actually quite a simple bridge.
Yes.
It's just a round bridge like that. And it's in wood.
It's in wood.
Yeah, dark wood, not old wood,
Old
like the barn wood sort of color. And the, how do you call that? Les rampes.
The red back
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's about that high, so it's not a.
Okay, so
it's not
perfect.
a
So
hu-
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a small bridge.
Yeah, it's a small bridge.
You know what? Whatever it is, we won't go into analyzing it. It's
Yeah.
not necessary for now. But what you know is that now there's a connection.
Yes.
There's a bridge. Now, because of that bridge, if you go back over there, what happens to what was behind you? Remember there was something over there before. If you go to the love with the bridge to that space and bring it back behind, what's happening?
I think you're gonna like that. I saw a rope, and that rope was just cut, and I saw it go down, and I don't really care where it went.
And why do you say that you think I'm going to like that?
Because I think it's a great symbol.
Yes. Now, what does that symbolize for you?
Letting go.
Letting go.
The end of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really good. Just before, when I asked you what resource you would need, there was acceptation. Remember,
Yes.
you said, I've got it all, which is right. You have it all. But you need to accept also.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
I
Yes,
went there.
yes,
What does that mean?
That's acceptation.
Okay, good.
Yes, that's exactly it. So let's go back to that. Where would you situate it?
It was.
That acceptation?
It was.
Just in front there. It was there.
Yeah, it was not the plant. It was
No.
more left. It was there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So there, it's something that you really, really do accept already. Now, perhaps consciously you don't know, but inside of yourself there's something that you really do accept already. It could be in another context.
Mm-hmm.
It could be personal, professional, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's something over there.
I know what it is.
Perfect. So could you talk to me a bit
Yeah.
about it? Yeah.
When I said I'm really good at what I do,
Yeah.
it's like my story is not different than so many people. It's just I'm really good on one-on-one. Mm-hmm. I'm really good on dose intervention. But whenever, like I've told you, I'm starting to do webinars,
Yes.
and I was talking to a larger crowd, so it's not as intimate. I feel I don't know that person, and I lose my words. I lose my connection. So I can't stay in that place where I feel safe. When I'm on one-on-one, I'm totally safe, and I'm totally efficient. But when I get out of that comfort zone,
then you don't feel safe.
no.
Okay, so that's perfect. So that means we'll go back to when you do feel safe, because it is a resource. So when you are doing the one-on-one,
Yes.
you know 100% for sure that this is really your voice.
Yes.
Yes. And you accept it?
Yes.
Yes. So you accept that that's who you are and what you do.
Yes.
And that you're very good at doing it.
I do
Yes.
now.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're talking about now.
I do now.
Yeah, because now you have more self-awareness.
I've gotten enough proof.
Perfect.
So I'm able to.
That's perfect.
believe
So
it. Yeah.
the outside world and internally also, you have now more proofs that this is your voice, this is your way, this is what works for you and for the others also. Okay. So contact that situation where you just know it,
Yes.
where you got those proofs. Okay. How would you describe that? How is it when you do have those proofs? When you just know it, that the one-on-one is really, really working?
Love.
It comes back to love again.
Yes.
So that's a good resource there. Yeah. Is it the same scene as before, or is it something else that is related to love that comes to your mind right away?
Not sure I understand the question.
Yeah. Before there was the hug over there with your son.
Yeah.
Now there's the love, but it's a love connected also with your clientele. So would you take the same experience, resource, or it would be love, but another scene, another experience that you would want to take?
Good question. I think it comes from the same place, because I give them the same love.
Now, what is very interesting is while you were talking about that, your eyes were down.
I was conscious about that, but I didn't change it.
No, it's okay. So it means it's the same love, but there's something different because your eyes went over there. So let's go get that special love.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Which is good.
Well, okay, I think
that
the difference would be that in the hug I will give my children, it's just, how can I describe it? It's a love, but there cannot be any judgment around that, as opposed to the love that I'm giving my client, because I doubt myself sometimes, because I fear the judgment. Changing career was kind of got me off balance. Like I was scared a bit. So the love with the client are like, what's the word I'm looking for? Un soulagement, a relief. It's like a relief, you know. It's like, okay, I did good, and they felt it, and the outcome of that is they love themselves more, and like I just love myself more also. But it's not that. I guess there's a small difference because of fear of judgment.
Okay, so what you're saying is that it's the same love, but there's a small difference between the two.
Yes.
And what I could see is that there's that hug over there.
Yes.
And there's another love over there, which is that relief, and also your clients telling you or giving you something with no judgment. So if it's okay with you, what I'm going to ask you is to link the two. In other words, to let your eyes move from where there's the hug to somewhere where your eyes were going down, which is that special love for your clients.
Okay.
Okay.
I was
Yes.
linking it
Yes,
while you
doing
were
it.
still
Exactly. You're
explaining.
fast. You're fast,
And
Sujata. You're very fast. Which
the
is
funny
great.
thing, I was really, really fast because what I saw in my mind was that, you know, that rope and people used to get down a hill.
Oh, yes.
Les tyroliennes in
Tyroliennes,
French. I don't know what it is in English.
Yeah.
But I saw myself on that, like just speeding down there
Great.
and having fun. And I think that is,
Yes.
like, I've been saying that to myself for a long time, is like start having fun and stop being into fear all the time, you know. But I guess the switch isn't that easy to make.
But you just made it.
I just did.
You just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just went down
Yeah.
into that love with the client, which is also the fun.
Yeah.
Now, what is interesting is that naturally you did it, you know. Even if I did not ask you to do it, you were doing it right away. So what that means, and it's important for me to say it, is that the EMA is natural. We just follow what the client is doing.
Okay.
You know, you just went there naturally because that was the thing to do. Because that's your solution. You just know it inside, and you just did it naturally, which is great, which is perfect. So you have intuitively and naturally linked the hug to this love. You could have done the opposite, this to this, but it's not your model of the world. It was important for you to start from there and to go there, which is fine. I'm just saying that whatever the client decides, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Okay.
This is what you have decided to do. Okay. So now that there's fun, which is, and how about being safe? Because you said before it's important for you to feel safe.
Yes.
Now, if you go back to what happened just there, and you think about finding your own voice, what comes up naturally to you? Yeah,
I see.
Yes, you see.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I see an image. I don't
Yes.
know
Yeah,
exactly what
yeah.
it means. I see a fountain. Is it a fountain of abundance? I guess probably. I'm looking there.
There, you're looking there. Yeah. Now, what makes you think it's a fountain of abundance? What do you see exactly?
Because
Yes, you feel also?
I feel I was born in abundance,
Okay.
but somehow I stopped believing it at one point in my life. And when I saw that fountain,
Yes.
we're talking about love, we're talking about being safe, and I see that fountain of abundance, it ties in with money issue also. I left a very good job, and now it's 2 years after, and I'm barely making it, so money becomes an issue then. And it's about, well, I stuck there anyway, you know.
Yes.
I'm here even though it's hard sometimes, and I'm not quitting, that's for sure, but I need to get myself back into that feeling of abundance, that like it's not because I've changed jobs
Yes.
that somebody is not giving me a paycheck anymore. So I have to make sure that I can bring money into my life because of my own actions.
Yeah. So what's wonderful, Sujata, is what has been happening at this moment is that for you to find your own voice, you need to install safety. That's what you just said before. And safety is also with that abundance that you just saw also. And that you know it's there. Because you just connected with it. Okay. In other words, there was some limiting beliefs.
It's coming back.
Because that's what, because that's ecology. We have to check that now.
Okay.
Exactly. And there's something about that. So because it's the abundance. Okay,
yes.
so you feel it. It's
I do.
Okay, so now let's go back to the love.
Yes.
Because you know that you could use that at any time in your life if you need it.
Okay.
Okay, so there's something there. Contact the love again. And then you see the tarot, that rope going down with the fun. And how about the abundance now? That you see that fountain. Connect all of that love, that fun, and the fountain. What happens?
I see a lake.
A lake.
With mountains. A lot of green. very big, very
Very big.
open.
And what happens here when you
It's
contact?
better.
It's better, eh?
It's
Yes.
strange how
Yeah.
it moves.
Yeah, it moves fast
Really.
also.
Oh,
It really does.
It's incredible.
Yeah, right away when you connect with those resources
Yeah.
and the fountain, and then comes a lake.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the safety, the fun, and the joy, because you needed and you wanted to have that joy also, and the love, of course. Now, if you could imagine finding your voice, how would you describe that? How would it be, finding your voice?
Okay, I'm not saying it. I'll say it. It's just, I see like letting go of all the layers.
Yeah. Now, when you're talking about that, letting go of the layers, were you aware where your eyes were going? If you take consciously.
The first, I was there.
There, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is that something that you really want, to letting go of those layers?
My mind is going like...
Yes, sure, go ahead. Let
Actually,
your mind
the
say.
layers is not, it's too vague. It's too vague. What I actually see right now is the same pattern. I'm going deep, really fast.
Yeah, very fast, yeah.
Actually, the layers, the fear, okay, let's name it that
Yes.
way. The fear is somehow, in my mind, I'm still 25. I may look 32, I'm not 32. I'm way older than you think. But anyway, it's like I'm still 25. So at 25, I didn't have a lot of experience. So I would look up
Yes.
at people who had more experience. And I guess I would always, like, because I'm such a perfectionist, and I always want, I'm overachieving, and so I was looking at the others and I would give myself excuses. I would take my age and say, oh, it's okay, you're you're young. And I feel I kept doing that, and I never really stopped doing it, up to a point that I'm talking to people who are 27, who are 32, and as much as it's a natural for me to treat everybody equals, no matter what age they are. I have to value my experience. But I'm always second guessing. And lately I've been realizing that I'm second guessing, looking at 25 years old, 27 years old, and I'm like, whoa, I've got 10 years more than these people of experience, and even more sometimes. And I keep telling myself, grow up.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So you want to change that pattern of evaluation.
Yeah,
and
because I'm trying to get into business. And, you know,
Yes.
I want to get hired to make sure that the employees, that the new parents are trained, you know, to become good parents, but also perform at work, you know. And I guess that fear of being, in my head, in my mind, being 25, it's like, how can I do that? How can I convince someone that I'm experienced enough to do that?
What would you need to let go of that fear of being 25?
Is it acceptance?
Okay,
Is it?
Look where you're going.
Yeah, I'm looking there.
Yeah, okay. Yes, so is it acceptance?
I don't,
That's a question mark, which is fine.
yeah.
What would you need?
What do I need? Is it?
Okay, now you're looking in another place.
I'm looking into
There,
the
you
door.
see, so the acceptance was there, and now there's something else there. What would you name that?
Again, it's fun.
Okay, now your eyes are going down. We're going back to fun. Perfect. Perfect. No, that's
Oh,
perfect.
did it?
Yes. Yeah, which is perfect. I just went down again, which is at the right place. So for you to let go of the fear of being 25, you will need acceptance And then, of course, the fun.
Yeah.
So let's go to the acceptance first. Remember where it was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, if you bring that acceptance to where there was the fear. Now, when you were talking about the fear of 25, your eyes moved in that direction. I don't know if you remember.
No,
yeah?
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, contact that again. The fear of being 25. Just contact that inside of yourself to see where it naturally would go. Where would you say it is? With your hands.
You've tricked me now. You've told me.
No, but it could move. It could move.
Okay.
Donc, it's fine. I mean, it's not because I saw it there that it would stay there. Because every time you put resources into something, it could change location.
Okay. So, yes, that fear of being.
Yes? Okay, so...
It doesn't come naturally.
No, that's okay. You don't have to. It's fine. So let's go to the acceptation.
Yeah.
You know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
And if you knew, let your eyes move from that place to whatever place you need so that you could link the two together.
With that place of
With
fear?
that place of fear of being 25, exactly. Wherever it is. Wherever that is. So I just let you do it with your eyes. Just link the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay, so what's happening when you're doing that?
I'm cutting myself from the emotion.
Okay. Would you want to contact the emotion, or is it a good thing for you that you're cutting yourself from the emotion?
Well, if I'm here, I think I should connect to it.
Okay. So you're willing to do that, Sujata?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to ask you again to talk a little bit about that fear of being 25. So what you said is that you evaluate your experiences. And in the past, it used to be okay and used to say into your head, for example, well, I'm just 25, so it's normal that I don't have all of that experience.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what you want anymore. But you have a fear that you want to let go today.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so go inside. You could close your eyes if you wish. Go inside and just contact that fear. Small dose, very small. So percentage under 10. Okay, and you just tell me when you got it. When you start feeling that fear. And you could give yourself permission to go through that. It's fine. I mean, you're here for that too. Okay, now you got it. I could see something going in your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've got plenty of memories.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back now to accepting, that accepting there.
Yeah.
And if you link it inside of yourself with that fear, bring your eyes into it. What happens when you link them together?
It's funny, I would describe it as all of those fears are genuine.
Yes, of course.
But so what?
So what?
Nothing happened. Nothing really bad happened. I think I was the worst. I was the worst pain.
Yes, exactly.
I guess I inflicted a lot of
yourself.
pain in that. Where, it was things that were sad or scary or even some of them are not even worth mentioning. But somehow, I hung on to that for nothing.
For nothing. Yeah. Well, you could say that today, of course.
Yeah.
At that time, probably you wouldn't be able to say that. So what you're saying is that, which is true, I mean, those fears were genuine. I mean, there was a reason at that time.
Yes.
But there was nothing really to worry about in the reality that is.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you want to experience that way anymore. And you're accepting that now.
It's funny, I'm talking as a mother to my own self right now, and it's just like, there's different opinions in the world. And like, I've been pointed some things that I should be better at, but that whole thing is leaving out everything that I'm good at. So I'm focusing only on one thing, or that person was focusing only on one thing.
Yeah. But now it's not what you want anymore.
No.
Remember, just before you said also that it was important for you to have the fun.
Yes.
And your eyes went more
down there.
Yes. So if you could just contact the fun now, you know, that fun that you really, really want. And when you are really into that state of fun, what happens for you?
I've got people around
Yes,
me.
perfect.
And we're just doing silly things, taking concept, like dissecting every concept and just playing with them to find the best one for whatever objectives that we have. So it's really about teamwork and playing while working.
That's great. Now that you know that and you have that, if you could connect your eyes with the accepting and with what used to be the fear, but that's the mother now talking. If you just connect inside of yourself with your eyes, or internally as you prefer, to all of these areas. Now, exactly. What's happening while you're doing that? When you're taking...
I could see actually the image, because I'm taking, that fear is here for me somewhere, and acceptance is there. And the first image that I had was, you know, when you make a path with rocks, those big rocks. In French, we say les pas chinois. So I could see that, and I could see myself as a girl, as a little girl. Actually, I couldn't see my face, but I could see my feet just hopping from one rock to the other. And then somehow it linked to that yellow brick road.
Which is great. That's beautiful. Now, when you contact that little girl that you're seeing there, that is on those Chinese paths, you know, like going to the yellow brick road, one day she will grow. Well, that's one day. You know, it's not necessarily her right away, but she will grow. So I'm going to ask you to contact something inside of you that is connected with growing, and that is so positive and good for you.
the words came a minute ago, and it was like, someday you're going to grow up, and you're going to have fun, and you're going to change your world.
Great. And could you contact that with that little girl and that path? You know, so you said the fear was there, and something was there also very important for you, and you connected together. And now the fun, bring all of that together now with her, with that growing. Now, what's happening for you while you're doing that?
I can see, that is so weird. I could see 20 years of my life just whoosh, going, I don't know what's the word, but just leaving the planet and seeing like 20 years ago and now just connecting.
That's amazing. That's really something good.
Was I ready?
Yeah, you were definitely ready. You could definitely say that. Yes. So how could you evaluate now with the fact that you've brought those 20 years back together? If you had today to evaluate your experience with what you just went through, what would you say?
I'm almost there.
Okay, perfect.
And I hate the word almost, but it's just, I can still feel it. But I think that with all the connection, like this is going to stick with me. And I think there are so many things that are coming in next week that will bring more and more validation of what I just love doing and the way I do it.
Even though you don't necessarily like the word almost, I can understand that. Almost says you're almost there, but it takes a little time. And you're already projecting yourself in the future. You're saying, so let's go to that future. Okay? So you found your voice. Okay? Whenever that is in the future, in 1 day, 2 days, a few hours, a few weeks, whenever that is, if you could just go to that space and that time, and then just that connection with also those 20 years, and you evaluate your experience. Now what's happening?
I could see myself said, I knew it. Well, I don't know how to say it in words. It's rather image and a feeling, but I can see that I have a tribe I have lots and lots and lots of people around me. I see, well, the image I see is like that huge big conference with just, it's the end of the day and people are just dancing and having fun. And like I can see myself writing in magazine or in papers.
How about the money? Because you said before also.
At that point,
yes.
I don't think it's an issue.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Just asking. Just asking.
I'm trying to find the bridge now.
Yes. Okay, let's go back to the bridge because you're searching for the bridge. Remember that bridge there? Mm-hmm. Is it the same bridge? Has it changed?
Well, when you talked about the money, somehow I saw that same bridge, but instead of being a small curved bridge, it became a long flat one.
Okay.
Same wood, same whatever, but it was a long flat one.
Yeah. And what does it mean for you that it's now longer and flat?
I don't know. The word was, at least it's straight.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it was long bothered me.
Okay. Okay. But there's a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's less fun because it's flat. It's long, so.
So how about getting back to the fun? Just to check. Perhaps it's fine that the bridge is long like that, but we don't know. So contact the fun again. Remember where the fun was?
Oh, yeah.
Yes? Okay.
The bridge became a spiral bridge.
Okay.
It was long enough to do that.
Yes.
The other one wasn't long enough.
So you do have the fun also in the bridge now.
I guess so.
And when you see the connection over there with that type of bridge, what comes up to your mind?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
And if I tell you finding your own voice, what comes up to your mind?
Me.
Me. Remember, Sujata, when we started just before, you were talking to me about a knot, about being stuck. How is it right now?
The fun is there.
Yes.
The knot is still there. It's not strong. It's not like I would eat now very easily. But it is. Yeah, I feel I'm like still. Is it holding on to? Probably because I'm saying it right now. So. Yeah.
Is there anything that you would want or would need for it to let go faster? In other words, you said just before it's going to be done, but there's almost, there's a timing. Is there anything
to
right
be
now?
honest?
Yes.
I'm looking there.
Yes,
it's money.
There? Yeah. Okay. So okay, perfect. So
I honestly think
that's
that
clear.
if money could come faster, it would go faster.
Okay, perfect. Now, of course, you and I don't know about that. You could bring everything in your life to attract more money, but you don't know exactly when it will come. So what do you need to accept that money will come when it's appropriate?
Have fun now.
Okay, so you go about going back to the fun. So whatever is there, could you link it with the fun?
Yes. This is weird. Okay. The work has started. What I see,
Yes.
in those haunted house, in those fun park, I could see my bridge changed into, there's step that way and step that way, and it was just like a weird path. So there was fun, but there was like, okay, I don't know how to tie everything to get there.
Okay, perfect. Is it okay for you today to accept that you just don't know?
Yes,
okay.
I have to.
Okay. Yeah. Last time you've accepted something that way, when was it? Sometimes we do have to accept.
2 years ago when I left my job.
Perfect. So go back into that space of accepting and connect it with this bridge that it's going there with the steps, but you just don't know how. What's happening when you're doing that?
Okay, that
Yes.
weird, whatever it was, changed into, in the airport, you've got those, they're not elevator, they're, c'est quoi, des escaliers roulants, but flat one. They're flat stairs.
Yes.
And they just go faster than somebody who's only walking on the side. So it
yes.
changed in that.
Yes. Yes. So now you have the possibility of going faster.
If I had fun into it.
If you have fun into it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Is that something you want to do, to continue connecting that with the fun? So that you could have the choice of going faster, perhaps?
Yeah, and to be healthier.
Exactly, and to be healthier. Yeah. Okay, so let's project that again in the future, if it's okay with you.
It's harder. Yes, okay.
Yes? So with that conviction that with fun, it could be like that walking, whatever you call it, that having. Yes. So how's it going for you now? Yeah,
I've got that. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah,
And the only thing I feel is like, could it be that easy? Intellectually, I
Yes.
know it can be that easy, but here it doesn't want to understand.
So there's
it.
something that just means there's something else that's coming up.
So the issue is more about money.
About money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's interesting to know, because now you could work on that and bring more fun into it. Because you know how to do it, and check what's behind that money that you're willing now to accept, because that's what you want. Really bring that money into your life. Not necessarily knowing how, that's what you just accepted. But of course, coming in because of your work also. Of course.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The two are,
Yeah.
they come together.
Yes. So if you imagine that you found your voice, and whenever that is in the future, and you know it, whenever it is, you just found your voice, and you include that fun and that love. And you're just accepting that's what it is. And accepting that you do coaching sessions, accepting that you do the webinars and the conference, and that with time, everything will be in place, including money. What comes up when I say that?
Oh, when you said it, it was so clear. I was there under the spotlight, wearing a blue dress, with money falling on me. And I had red. I never wear anything. I had red on my fingers.
And how do you feel about that?
Oh, amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. So your physical body is also feeling it, with the joy that goes with it, and the fun, and also doing something that you really appreciate. That's great. And what comes up here when you're thinking about that, when you're connecting with that?
Oh, it's gone. It was there when you asked the question, but when I connected, it was gone.
Exactly. So you know exactly what to do and how to do it. Whenever you're into that period or phase of maybe insecurity or asking yourself questions about money.
See myself in that blue dress.
Yes, that works.
Gotta go buy that.
And that red, yes. So that's exactly what it is. Whenever that comes up, just connect with that love and that fun and that dress. And you do have all those resources, and you've spotted them. You know where they are. And you know that right away when you're into it, you don't feel that anymore.
True.
So that's your test. That's when you know it's working for you. You just don't feel it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then at least I have that.
Exactly. You absolutely have that, for sure. For sure. You're capable of really listening to yourself, and you do know the difference for yourself. So what we're saying is that it could happen, because you said almost. It could happen in the next few days that there's still a little bit something over there, which is fine. You're accepting that also. But you're connecting that with the fun and the love, and the dress.
And the dress.
And the dress. And then
the money shower.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not champagne shower for me.
No,
It's
it's
money
money
shower.
shower. The money shower. That is there also. And in the right time for you, whatever that is. In the right time for you. Now, if it's okay with you, I'm going to ask you to bring your eyes over there. There was something over there that you did not want anymore. Okay, so when you look up there, what comes up naturally? If you just turn your head and look over there.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I looked with my internal
Yes,
eyes.
I
saw a butterfly.
Oh.
That's powerful, no?
Yeah, that's very, very beautiful. Yeah. Okay.
It comes so instantly.
Yeah.
That
right
is...
away. It does, eh? It's very
Yeah.
fast. It goes very, very fast. And when you look up here, where the fear was,
Yeah.
naturally, what comes up now?
Your pot holder?
Yeah.
I saw one here, but in a Greek style, whatever that means.
You don't have Greek origins, do you?
No.
No, okay, just asking.
No. I don't know what,
Okay.
like I would have to think what
Yeah.
that meant, but you
That's
just
okay.
put your hand there and I saw that column,
Yes.
Greek column there. It's like a pot holder.
Yeah, like a pot holder.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I guess I need to
Aha.
use that fear to put whatever.
That's very good. Now, if you had to put something, and that something would be around you, anywhere around you, where would you take it to put it there? If you would do this with your hands and grab something that you could put there, what would it be? Just do it. There, take it.
It's actually there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
I would take the pot
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and I guess I would take the flowers from here and just put them in the vase. It was a vase.
It was a
not,
vase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you just did is take some other resources. You've just picked up different things to put there because there was a space for that.
Instead of the fear. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, food for thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the ending of the coaching for today because you did a lot of things already. So if you just go back inside, Sujata, at the end of the session, what comes up naturally? What would you like to say about what you've learned, experienced?
Actually, when you said what comes up naturally, it was love, but it came from up here.
Oh.
The love.
Yes.
And if I rationalize it now,
Yes, no, sure.
I'm really creative, but like those images, it was awesome the way they came so fast. And I love the fact, honestly, I came here not knowing what I was getting into, but I decided I would play the game. And sometimes for me, because of all those fears, it's hard to let go and play the game. Like I tell myself I will. And I felt it was easy. I did have trouble, I think it was connecting those two, but when you got me to build that bridge, that image I couldn't get became a rope. And that rope was not tied. It was like I could see it. It was not untied, it was cut.
Yeah, exactly.
And I looked just in time to see it falling.
Yeah.
So it's like those images are gifts, I guess. They're given to me because
That's what's wonderful. It just comes up naturally and very fast, as you said, and it's 100% connected with your experience.
Yeah.
And what more wonderful? And you said it before. I would be happy with seeing that the rope, was cut. Of course. And you did it. I mean, it just comes from you, and you did that very, very fast. Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
you.
Sujata. Thank you for the session. And in the next few days or few weeks, if it's okay with you to send me a mail, for example, just to tell me where you're at and what's happening for you related to that.
For sure.
Okay, thanks
It'll
a
be
lot.
my pleasure.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.